go ahead and share my screen quick, and then we're going to go and get started. Let's see. Alrighty. Okay, so we've got this going up here. Do you hear any feedback at all, or is it just one voice talking to you right now?
Pretty much clear, maybe slight, but it seems okay.
Okay, gotcha. Well, if it starts to get really distracting, just let me know and I'll take care of it. So first things first, whenever you're doing your board portals, I like to have 3 different tabs open. I like having just the front end of your website and then the board agendas page. And then
let me back up. Let me ask you. I have login as an administrator. I always go in to the WP where it gives me the menu on the sidebar to go into board management, and that's how I go in.
Okay.
I don't go in through the homepage of the website.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, either way would be doable, so we'll go in that way. Let's see. Okay, so then you go through and go to board events.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And actually, it's board management, and it's under resources. That's where all the agendas and reference materials lie.
Gotcha. Okay, so you could definitely still do this way if you wanted to.
And by the way, just so you know, I have updated the board portal with certain things, reference materials. I know how to do that.
Cool.
It's the actual revision of the agendas and the actual uploading of the attachments and keeping things looking pretty. That's my problem.
Okay. No problem.
Right.
Yeah, so I might show you, if you're cool with that, I can show you a way that's actually a little bit quicker and it's a little bit more visual. So you can see as you're making those quick updates immediately on the front end what it's going to look like. So to start, I would say first things first, let's go into your media library. And this is where we're going to upload the documents. We'll upload those really quick just to kind of get it out of the way. So we're going to add new. We'll take all of our files here, which I've got them all right here. And then I'm just going to drag them and drop. And
okay, so in that second line, yeah, I see. So there's those 6 documents.
Yep. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But not the agenda.
I've got the board agenda right here.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I've got, if you see anything that I'm missing, let me know. I've got 7 documents right now.
Okay, that sounds right.
Yeah, and so we'll just use the board meeting agenda for an example. Once it's loaded and you click it, you'll see this file URL right here. And that file URL, if you go right after the .org and you highlight everything, you're going to copy it. So for me on a Mac, it's Command C. And then that's the link that you're going to use whenever you're linking out to the doc on the landing page. So I'll show you what that looks like quick. So we're on our board.
The document then on the landing page is the agenda, right?
Right, yes. So for example, if we take a look at March's board portal meeting, I've got, so if we don't do this because the board agenda is just, looking at everything. But if we wanted to do like the approval of January minutes, if I view that, you'll see that that will be the link to the doc. So I'll go ahead and pull out of that quick. So I'm going to go back. Oh yeah, what's up?
So where I'm at is, are you going to work with this March agenda and update it with the May information, this file?
So what I'm going to do is, now that we've got everything uploaded to your media library, I'm going to keep this page open, but I'm going to open in a new tab your pages. So I open a new tab and I go to pages, and you'll see all of these board agenda pages. I'm just going to duplicate the March agenda page that we had made. And once I do that, I will edit it to say May. And what day is your board meeting?
The 24th.
May 24. Okay. So I'll update that here.
Okay, but okay, I'm still back where are we? I mean, are we under board management resources or are we up in media?
We are up in the pages side right here on the left-hand side.
Oh, okay. Well, that got a little breezed over. Okay. Okay. This is the mechanics that I need.
Sure.
Okay.
So after you upload the media in the
Yeah.
media library, all those docs, you go to pages. It's right underneath.
Got it. Okay.
And then once we do that, we'll duplicate that March page, which we already did. And that's just what we're updating right now. We're just making sure that the new title and the new slug has the correct date. So I'll put that, and we'll get rid of the word copy. And then I'm going to update it. Okay. So now that we've got it, we're going to go ahead and click it. And then we can go ahead and build it on the front end. So when we do that, instead of seeing this kind of like these bubbles, it's going to take us straight to the front end of the page so that we can see in real time the edits that we're making and get a perfect idea of what it's going to look like to people when they come to the site.
So when I get there, I should be at the Divi builder.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then, so we've got this here. We're just going to update this with all the new docs and make sure all the copy is correct. So I'm going to go ahead and pull open that agenda. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to pull this open. And this is what I'm going to use as the framework.
That's the minutes. That's the minutes.
Oh, gotcha. Let me go ahead and grab, I think, you know what, I think it was in here. There we go. One quick minute. Here we go. Okay. So I'm just going to pull this up in a different tab. But if you have like the Word doc, you just want to make sure you can see your agenda. Okay. And so then I'm going to go, we don't need to see all that. So we can go. Okay. Sorry about all the back and forth as I'm getting this desktop set up. Okay, so now we're back to where we just landed. And we're in this new page we created, and we're going to update this with the May meeting agenda. So I'm going to go and click this little gear icon. It says module settings, and it's the one in the gray box.
You are not pointing at anything right now.
Ooh, let's see.
What? Okay, now I'm okay. Oh, okay. So you're up there. Got it. Okay.
Yes. Yep. So once you click that gear icon, that's going to show you all of the copy. So similar to how you do it in the board management plugin, this is just another way to do that. I kind of like this way a little bit better because it's easier to see it, and then you can see in real time the changes that you're making. So I would go up here and update the date to start. So we're going to do May 24. And then we're going to update the Avenue moment and do the bench dedication. And then this is when we just kind of go in and update all of the copies. So instead of January, we're going to say March. And so whenever we're doing the links, you're going to click this where it says view and download. And you're going to
where were you pointing? I'm not seeing it.
Sure. So on the board agenda, if we scroll down a little bit, you'll see this number one. It says approval of March minutes. And then there's in parentheses the view and download option.
Okay, that I understand. I just didn't know. We're still in content and
Yes.
text settings.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is how we link those documents into the page. So once you've highlighted that, you're going to go up and you'll see it kind of looks like a paper clip.
Mm-hmm.
up at the top, insert and edit link. We're
Yeah.
going to remove this from the January one. We're going to go to the page that has the media library. So we're switching pages now. And I'm going to find the board meeting minutes. So that's right here. And then we're going to go ahead and copy this right after the .org. I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to right click it and press copy. And then we're going to go back to that page and paste. We make sure it says March, looks good, and then we're just going to press OK. And so now I'll go ahead and save. This is just a quick to show you. So once you save it, you'll see automatically we've got approval March minutes. That's our text. And then that way, whenever you are testing it, we can see right here that that is now linking correctly. And so that same way of just updating the content that we just did, you would just do that with all the different links to make sure that it directly matches up to the meeting agenda doc. And then
Can we do that in number 3, for example? Like do it one
yeah,
more time?
sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the property management report. That's all cool. That's all the same. So we got down to number 3. We're going to go back to that gear icon with the gray. And I'll click that. And so now we
Okay, I don't see you clicking it. Now it appears, but
okay, I can review the video too and make sure that it's not glitching or anything.
I think it's a little delayed or something.
Oh, maybe that's it. Gotcha. Okay, so I'll say the step I'm going to do and then I'll pause for a second to make sure that it's up.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so we should be seeing right now all of the text for the minutes. So I look and I see number 3, executive directors, Mary Curbs. That all looks correctly. So then we're going to, before we upload the link, I'm just going to go and upload this copy. So now I see it's grants update. We have the summer education series into community seniors and their families. Okay. And then once we're done with those, if we need to add new bullets, you just press enter and it will add the new bullets in the exact format that you need. So I'll go
Just
ahead.
like any Word document.
Exactly. Yes. And so I'll just go ahead and do that quick with the rest of them. So we got smoking cessation program.
Okay. And yeah, this little things like capitalize education.
Yes. Let's see. Education. There it is. And then we've got.
And maybe, you know what? Let's not put open to community seniors and their families. This is an agenda. I
Sure.
can say that later.
Got it. No problem.
Try to keep it brief.
Absolutely. Okay. So we just added all of them. We're good. And then we'll do that same thing we did before. We're going to highlight this link. We're going to go back up and click that little paperclip looking thing. We're going to delete what's currently being shown as the URL.
And
oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
I'm not seeing any of your deletion or anything like that, like where you're going. Okay. Now it's saying insert link.
Yes. So I went ahead and just deleted what was already in that URL box.
Okay.
So now that that's deleted, I'm going to switch tabs and go back to that media library page. I'll give it a second to load. Alrighty, and so now we're going to go ahead and find the executive director's report, which we've got over here. It might take a second to load, so I'll just hover here for a second.
Okay. Yeah, it's still showing. Okay, now we're back at media library.
Yes, we should be seeing all the different docs that we've got, and we're going to find the one that says the Executive Director's Report. Oh, there we go. So once we do that, we're going to do the same process as before, and it might be taking a couple seconds to load, but we're going to take that file URL. We're going to highlight all of the words after the .org. We're going to right-click and copy. And let me know whenever you see that and it pops up so I don't move to the next step.
Okay. All right. I see the report.
Perfect. Okay, so on the file URL at the bottom, we're going to again take copy all of the little symbols after the .org. And we're going to right click and click copy. And then once we do that, I'm going to go back to that new board agenda page. And I'll give that a second to load quick. And let me know, you should see an insert link box.
With the agenda.
So the insert link box, it might be taking a second to load, but that's where
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Perfect. Awesome. So then I'm going to right click and press paste. And I'll check, make sure it looks correct. Yep, looks like the director's report to board, May-2023. And once that loads, I'm going to press, you'll see at the bottom, and I'll give it a second to load, but at the bottom there's like a little blue OK button. You'll click that.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll click that and then you'll be all set and you can go on to your next couple of edits that you need to make for the board agenda.
So the next couple have multiple files in one area.
Right. So we've broken it down to under number 4. It should say Finance Committee, and then for those N1 and 2 April financials, we will break it down between the balance sheet. We'll do a link for that, and then we'll also do a separate link for the operating statement. So once we do that, we'll just make sure really quick all the copy is correct. So I'm going to update it to April. It might take a second to load. Just so you know, that's what I'm going to do now. April, and then NEH Inc. April financials. Okay. Let me know whenever you see the new April financials wording.
Now.
Okay, perfect. All right, so now when we go to the first one, we'll see this balance sheet link. So I'm going to hover over that. And then I'm going to scroll back up, hit the paperclip, and we're going to update the link.
And again, it doesn't show me. Now I'm just seeing you hovering over balance sheet. I still don't see the paperclip.
Oh, wow.
Okay, now I see
quite
the
a lag. Goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good to know that timing differential.
Yeah.
So the insert link page. Same sort of process from before. I'm going to go back to the media library page. That's the one with like all the different docs. I'll give it a sec to load. And so for this one, we're going to specifically grab the balance sheet. Okay. Let me know when you see the full media library.
I do.
Perfect. So this one that we need is the NEH 1 and 2. So that's right here. And as it loads, I'll just let you know we're going to do that same process where I'm going to take all the content at the file URL section and highlight it. So I'll give that a second.
Okay.
Okay, it should show kind of highlighted in gray, the piece of the URL that I copied. Are you able to see that?
Yes, I can see that now.
Perfect. Okay, so then once you highlight that, you're going to right click and press copy. And you're going to go back to your May agenda page. I'll give that a second to transfer over. Okay, is that insert link box showing up for
Yep.
you? Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm just going to right click, press paste, and I check. Yep, that looks like the correct URL. Everything looks good in the text. And then I'm going to press that blue OK button. I'll give it a second for that to process.
What is target
Um,
in the link box?
Let me see where that is. Target. Oh, let me pull that up quick. So the target, that's basically asking if whenever someone clicks the doc, if you want it to open in a completely new window, or if you want the document to show up on the window the person is using.
And so it's, for our purposes, none is correct.
Yeah, I would say so. At
Yeah.
that point, it's just kind of a preferential thing, but we just keep it on
Mhm.
none since my guess is that you're just going to be using this during your meeting and everyone's going to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for that, we would do none. Alrighty. So that's the finance one, but we'd still have that operating statement that we want to upload as well. So then we would just do the same process. I'm going to highlight operating statement. It'll take a second. Once that's highlighted, we'll go back up to the top and hit the paper clip. I'll just hang out here for a sec.
Okay, so it does have its own location. I mean, they're not in one download. Oh,
Right.
I guess they are. Well, you click download and then you get both options for clicking, right?
Yeah, so for whenever we're linking to just one doc, like for the March minutes, for example, and it might take a second to show.
Oh, that's what it looks like after it's downloaded. It's got balance sheet and operating statement, and you can click on each separately.
Right. So the balance sheet, we just separate those out so people know exactly which one to choose. If it's just one document that pertains to one subject, so for example, the approval of the March minutes, that's just the one document.
Right, I understand
Yeah.
that. I just wondered if there was some other way to combine the balance sheet and operating statement. I'm not saying it should be. I just wanted to know how it is downloaded.
Yeah, so right now they're two different sheets that we just link out separately. If you want to combine them, I know you can do that in Adobe Acrobat, where you can combine two different files and then just have one file for both the balance sheet and the operating statement. If that's something you want me to do moving forward, so that they're just in one place, we can definitely do that.
No, that's fine.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Okay.
Alrighty, so then I want to be mindful of your time. So that would just kind of be the same process for any of the updates. If you'd like, I can go ahead and make those with you right now just to show the full idea. But
Well, if we continue, we've got, I guess I've got, 10 minutes.
Okay.
I just want to get to the point where we are now done, and I want to make sure that I know that I don't lose everything.
Yes.
if I
So
don't hit the proper saves.
no, you're totally fine. So let's just for now, let's just pretend we made all the updates. I'll make sure that those get all updated if I have to do it once we log off this meeting. But for right now's sake, let's just say we're done. We made all the updates.
Okay. And by the way, Ashley, I'm not going to have time to do this till later, but I am adding something into my executive director report that I forgot. So
Okay.
I'll send it to you if, I mean, it doesn't have to get in. I know you don't, tomorrow I'm really busy. So that's why I wanted to meet today. And
Yeah.
I know you're not there Friday. I mean, even if the update didn't get in till Monday, that's okay. But the financials and everything else, I think it's really important that it gets in today.
Sure, absolutely. I'll make sure the financials are in there, and then whenever you get that that updated director's report, just shoot me
Mm-hmm.
an email, and I'll definitely have time. That'll be a quick switch that I can do. So no
Great.
problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So let's just say all the edits are done. We did it. You'll see at the bottom right of that little bubble that's popping up, there's a green button with a check mark, and when you hover
Yeah.
over it, it should say Save Changes. So you'll just click that.
Okay.
So I'll click it and then give it a second to load.
All right.
So once it's clicked, that bubble should disappear. So once it does, let me know, and then I'll go ahead and move.
I see the agenda.
Perfect. Okay. So now that we've got that, we've got this little purple circle button at the very bottom.
Okay.
Gonna
Yeah.
click that. And then once you click it, this almost like a little menu pops up. You'll see a bunch of other purple buttons, this little gray box on the left-hand side. But we're gonna want
I'm not seeing that at all, but
okay, it'll probably come
gray
up.
box. Okay. Yeah, I see it now.
Perfect. So once you do that, if you look all the way to the bottom right, you'll see a green save button.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll
Yep.
just click that. I'll go ahead and do that and then give it a second to load. Okay, so once that loads, you'll go back to that center purple button. There should be like an X over it at this point.
Yeah.
And that'll just let you kind of get out of the little menu. So we'll click that. I'll give it a second. Okay, so once we're out of that menu, you'll go to the very top, that black bar at the top where it will say like Martin Avenue Apartments. You should see some
Oh, yeah.
like auto optimize. We're going to click Exit Visual Builder. So I'll go ahead and do that
Okay.
now. I'll give it a second to load.
Okay.
So while it's loading, I'll just let you know once it's done, you should just see
Mm-hmm.
again, you'll see the May agenda, but it's not in the edit mode anymore. It's just in the just the landing page, so it'll look exactly like what it's going to look like when you're using it for your meeting.
What is that pink update button with the red letters in the top right?
Where, let me see here.
Just above the black bar, top right, update, pink with 3 dots. Is that if I needed to further change it?
Here, let me see quick. It might be just because I'm not logged in as you, but let me go back to the visual builder. Pink dots, is there like a word that's flashing next to?
No, it's actually, stationary word update, and it's next to your picture as the user. and it's top right. I just
Okay.
wondered, and because it's pink with red letters, it stood out to me. I just wondered what that would be for with the three
Gotcha.
dots.
Okay. So my guess is that that is something that you're able to view based on your specific account. It's not showing up on my end, but I might
Oh,
be logged in as a different user. So I would just leave it for
so
now.
maybe it might just be your specific account that you see it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
So I wouldn't worry about it. I think you're good.
Okay.
Nothing for the board portal. It's not needed for that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay. So the last thing that we would just want to do, and we'll do this really quick, because we have like the May board agenda, but now we need to link it to the board agendas page. So I'm going to switch to that page that I had in a new tab. I'll give that a second to load.
Mhm.
Let me know when you see the NEH board agendas.
I do.
Perfect. Okay, so now we need to put May under the 2023 category.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back to that top where it's in the black bar. It should say Enable Visual Builder. And I'm going to go ahead and click that.
Okay.
And we are going to get back into that editing mode.
So by clicking Enable Visual Builder, this
Mhm.
is where it gets me. Okay.
Yes, it will show you, it'll basically pull up the Divi Visual Builder for you to go ahead and update.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so once we see that, we're going to go back similar from before. There's that gray box with that gear icon that says
Yeah.
module settings. We'll click that. And you should see that little bubble pop open. So once it does, let me know.
Yeah, I see it.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to click right in front of the bullet that says March 22nd. And this is similar to a Word doc as well. I'm just going to click enter. And I'm going to put the words May 24th. Let me know when that populates for you.
Yeah, it's there.
Perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the page that we were working on, the specific May agenda page. And once that populates, I'll show you, we're going to go into the URL at the top and we're going to highlight. So once you see the May 24 agenda, let me know.
I see it.
Perfect. So at the very, very top, the HTTPS, the martinavenue.com, we're going to go ahead and highlight everything after the .org. So the /NEH-board agenda May-24-2023. So once that's highlighted in gray, let me know.
It is.
Perfect. So I'm going to right click that and copy. We're going to go back to that board agendas page that we've been working on, where we just added the May 24th copy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to go up to the top and hit that little paperclip looking icon at the top. Let me know when you see the little insert link bubble.
Yeah, I see it.
Perfect. Okay, so then I'm just going to right click and press paste, and we will have that link there. We'll give that a second to load. Once you see it, you would press OK. So I'm going to do that now. It might take a second. So after you press OK, that bubble will go away. And now you'll see in this text editor that it shows May 24th with a link. I'm going to click that green arrow box at the bottom right of the bubble and save the changes, and it will go away. And then the very last step to save is going to be similar from before, hitting that purple circle button at the bottom. You click that, you'll pull open that little menu again with like the other purple circles and like the gray bar. You'll go over to the right, click the green save button. And once that loads, you'll exit out of the visual builder at the top. in the black bar.
By Xing the purple box?
Yes.
Or,
Yep.
okay.
You'll exit that and then you'll go to the top black bar and it'll say exit visual builder. And then you'll be all set.
Okay. It is just a series of steps that one might not know normally, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. It was helpful to see that. I know we talked about 40 minutes. Would you say, without me asking questions, that this is a half hour to 45 minutes usually for you if you have everything at the same time? I'm
Yes.
just curious how long it should take me if I'm clear on all the steps.
Sure. Yeah. I would give it,
Probably more, probably an hour and a half, maybe. Just,
I'd say an hour to an hour and a half for sure.
yeah. But you can probably do it for sure within an hour yourself, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, I will, if you don't mind, send you a revised exec director report. Let me look. Yeah, tomorrow, probably 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, but it's not urgent to replace it. If it needs to be on Monday.
Okay. No problem. That will be a
Okay.
quick fix. And then,
All right.
yeah, once we log off, I'll go ahead and just make all the other updates on the board agendas page so that everything will be ready to go.
Great. All right. Thanks a lot, Ashley. This did help. It was a good, I just needed that insight.
Yeah, no
So,
problem.
yeah, probably not going to take on anytime soon, but
Yeah,
at least if I was, in a situation where I needed to change something at the last minute, I could probably get through it.
awesome. And I'll
So,
send you the recording of this meeting as well
okay,
for your references.
great. All right, that's perfect. I got to go, but thanks a
All
lot.
right. Thanks, Mary. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.